Warning, this article contains spoilers from the Happy Valley series finale. The final installment saw Tommy Lee Royce, played by James Norton, break into police officer and nemesis Catherine Cawood's, Sarah Lancashire, house, with the pair getting into one last confrontation. Tommy decided to go to her house after his son Ryan Cawood, Reese Kana, said the property would be empty because of the intense manhunt for the criminal. Tommy turned up with a jerrycan of petrol and there were fears audiences could see a repeat of Happy Valley Season 1, but this time he would take down Catherine in her own home. But when Catherine did find him sitting at her kitchen table, they ended up having a tense talk rather than a physical fight like the previous seasons. In an exclusive interview with Express.co.uk, criminologist and former prisoner governor Professor David Wilson said this scene could well have played out very differently in real life, with Tommy trying to kill Catherine. He said, "Well, that's difficult to predict because of course he's a character rather than a real person. If he was a real person, he would have definitely have attacked her. But who knows? In terms of the drama, he was very injured and physically weak and had been drinking and taking pills, and so physically he wasn't really up to being physical." Happy Valley Season 3 cast in full as a familiar and unwelcome face returns. There will be plenty of problems for the Cawood family as Happy Valley returns for a third and final series. With Sarah Lancashire returning as Sergeant Catherine Cawood, find out who else joins the cast as the TV show returns. However, he said if Tommy had found Catherine after she dozed off on her sofa while looking through photo albums, it could have been a different story. If he had got her in that moment, we would have seen a very different reaction, I'm sure, Professor Wilson said, describing it as the most frightening moment of the final episode. Reflecting on whether there was any redemption in Tommy's final scene, Professor Wilson confirmed there was none. He said, "I think what was being revealed was about the depth of psychopathy, and obviously you mustn't underestimate how badly injured he had been in his fight with the Nezovics and their henchmen." Addressing the villain's psychopathy, Professor Wilson said, "The most revealing things about Tommy was when he was attacking the Nezovics and he was clearly reveling in taking their lives. The prolonged and brutal violence was yet another reminder of Tommy's true nature, despite what he told Catherine when they met." The academic at Birmingham City University said he was a fan of Happy Valley and other crime dramas, saying he was a self-confessed crime drama and true crime junkie. Compared to the controversial and underwhelming Line of Duty and Dexter finales, Professor Wilson said, "What I want from an ending of a series of this kind is not just the loose ends. We could debate how well the loose ends were tied up, but I wanted the narrative arc of the principal characters to be finished, for there to be a denouement to what they might have been experiencing throughout the series. I felt I got that." He praised the show for concluding Catherine's arc of grief and trauma, saying, "I felt all of that was satisfactory for me. I love the hint that far from Ryan being like his father, it was quite clear that emotionally that he was like his grandmother and she called him a prince." Professor went on to say about Tommy's supposed feelings for his son Ryan and Becky Cawood, Emily Barnett, "I thought nothing he was saying at the end was authentic, it was just narcissistic. It was really just part of him being a psychopath, and so I thought it was about him maintaining control at the end by burning himself. He prevents the criminal justice system from judging him." Professor Wilson added, "He has no genuine feelings. So he doesn't know what forgiveness means. He knows there's a word called forgiveness, but he doesn't know what that means. He doesn't feel that. Professor Wilson has dealt with many real-life psychopaths and hailed the scene for being true to life. Moreover, he said it was absurd Tommy announced he was forgiving Catherine and again tapped into the villain's self-centered tendencies and warped outlook on life. Along with his academic research and teaching, Professor Wilson is also part of Channel 4's true crime series In the Footsteps of Killers, which he leads with Amelia Fox of Silent Witness and The Trial of Christine Keeler fame. The pair try to find new leads and evidence on cold cases in the hopes of finding resolutions to these old investigations, with the new series airing at the moment. Happy Valley Seasons 1 to 3 are streaming on BBC iPlayer now. In the Footsteps of Killers is on Channel 4 now.